Hi, my name is Reese from the Eastern Suburbs School of Music. Today teaching you the guitar solo from the Kiss song Kissin Time off the debut album. Sounds like this. So I'll break that down into 4 parts, teaching you each phrase, taking it nice and slow. Let's get to it. Before we begin, most of the Kiss catalogue is in flat tuning. This song does that, so it means you'll need to tune your guitar top string to E flat, A flat, 5th string, D flat, G flat, 3rd string, B flat, and E flat for your skinniest string. The opening of phrase 1. We actually start with, which is bending 12th fret on 3rd and 2nd string, then playing the single note on 3rd string at 10th fret, so 12s, 10, and then back to the single 12 at 3rd string. And then we get into this Chuck Berry style bending phrase. 12th fret of your 3rd string, bend, and at the same time use your first finger to cover fret 10 on string 2 and string 1. And you strum all 3 strings together. Following that, a bend at 12 again, just 12 by itself, bend and return, and pull off to 10th fret, all on the 3rd string. Playing 12th fret, and that's where your double dots are on your guitar, 12th fret of 5th string after that. 10th fret of 3rd string, and finishing the lick 12th fret of 4th string. So that's the first half of phrase 1. Quite a lot in this solo compared to a lot of the other guitar solos on the debut album. Where you can double it up to 10th fret notes, 3rd and 2nd string. Both are going to sound okay whether you do it as single or double it up. First half, I'll just do that one more time. And then we're into our second half. Most of our frets here will be 9 on the 3rd string that I'll use middle finger for, and fret 8 and 10 that I'll use first finger and 3rd finger on the 2nd string. So just taking the slide off the front of it. 9 on your 3rd string, 8, 9, 8, 10. The 8 and 10 being on your 2nd string. 9, 8, 9, 8, 10. And just to slide into that first note, the 9, to give it the effect you're hearing on the recording. Following that, bending that 10th fret note on 2nd string very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. So following that, you come down from the bend at 10 into 8 on the 2nd string. This is all on the 2nd string. Finishing at the 9, so. And then a hammer on and pull off 8, 10, 8. And then back to the 9 on 3rd string. And then finish 10 bend, but don't let it return. Let it chop it off when it gets up there. I'm chopping it off with my pick. And then finishing at 8 on that 2nd string to complete all of phrase 1. So quite a fast little busy passage. This, really take your time, hit pause on this video a fair bit just to get each part on his, as I said, quite a busy solo. So all of phrase 1 now. And the second half. So a lot in there. Take your time, slowly go through the licks, and make sure you're just singing the solo in your head to help you recognize what part will come next. Sped up. Pause that, learn it before we move now on to phrase number 2. So there's phrase number 2 to start breaking that down now. Once again, those chuck berries on the front of it. Following that, a hammer on and pull off 10, 13, 10 on the 2nd string. And then going 12, 10 on strings 3 for the 12, 10 for the 2nd string. Then a bend, string number 1, 13th fret, just one past your double dots, 13th fret. Bend and really shake some vibrato into that. If you haven't done the vibrato technique before, just click above. The little video tab will take you to my lesson on how to apply vibrato onto your note. It's a great technique to help your creative tone that you can make in making guitar solos your very own. Ace, well known for his vibrato. So that was is the first half of phrase number 2. The second half of this phrase starts out once again similar to things that we did in phrase number 1. Once again, your 9 on 3rd string, 8 and 10 on 2nd string, prominently featured here. Exactly the same start as phrase number 1. 9, 8, 9, 8, 10. Bend and return at 10 on 2nd string. a 9/8 following that. The new part kicking in at this stage, where we go 10/9/8 on first string. So that was 10/9/8 on first string, and using a different finger each time. Following that with once again, more frets in a row. 6, 5, 8, 7, 6, and also 8, 7, 6 on the second string. So that was 8, 7, 6 first string, 8, 7, 6 on your second string. And pulling them off, so that makes it, you know, quicker than what it really seems. So they're all picked, the 10, 9, 8, 10 on first string. Then the pull-offs, 8, 7, 6, 8, 7, 6, string 1, then string 2. Back to picking each individual note, but frets in a row again. 7, 6, 5 on your third string. And to finish out this busy phrase 2, hammer on and pull off. Third fret of your third string going into 5th fret. And then 5, 3, 5, 3. String numbers 4, 3, 4, 3. Pretty fast and frantic for an Ace Frehley solo. Phrase 2. Break it down once again, small parts at a time. Pause this video as much as you need to in order to put all of that phrase number 2 together. Number 3, probably the simplest out of all 4 sections that I'll teach you. It goes like this. So some bending taking place at, set your first finger up at 11 on string 2, and then 13 of string 3. And we play those strings together, bending the 13 on third string. Then move up 2 frets, so you're at 13 on second string, 15 on third string, striking the notes together and bending 15 on this occasion. And a little vibrato at the top of each one as well. Back in the 3rd and 5th fret area of the guitar, this collection of notes, 4th fret on 3rd string, then moving to 2nd string, 3, 5, 4, 3, 5. Following that, a bend at 5, but it's just a half step bend. A half step, bending the note until it sounds the same pitch, just 1 fret higher. So if you hit the 6th fret a lot, move back to your 5th fret and just push that string far enough until it repeats that sound. Bend, bend, hold the bend on the second bend. And a couple of picks before you bend and return it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pull off to 3rd fret on the 2nd string. 4, 3. 4 on the 3rd string. 3 on the 2nd string to finish out phrase number 3, the easiest out of all 4 parts. Bends 11 and 13, bends 13 and 15. And there you have all of phrase number 3. Pause this video once again, just slowly put all that together to allow yourself time for the phrase to sink in before we hit phrase number 4, which is once again back to the fast and frantic playing. The last phrase, number 4. So we're starting back to this 8 and 10 on 2nd string, middle finger 9 on 3rd string, 9, 8, 9 to start us out, the 9 being on 3rd string, the 8 being on 2nd string, and then a hammer on and pull off 8 and 10 of 2nd string. And then finish that with a 9, 8. So the lick, 9, 8, 9, hammer, 9, 8. Pretty fast and frantic. Second half of this little part, 10. A bend, hold the bend, pick it again and let it return down. So bend, return, and then to 8. Bend, return, 8, 9, 8. Bend, return, 8, 9, 8. Following this with a pull-off section, once again of frets in a row, what we call chromatic runs. First string, 10, 9, 8, and then pick at 6. So all on first string, 10, 9, 8, 6. 8, 7, 6 on the first string, then 8 on the second string. 8, 7, 6, 8. Then 8, 7, 6 on second string. And then finishing that run at 7 on your third string. Final note of this chromatic part, a 6 on the second string. And then to finish out the whole solo, a bending passage. So we're doing that very standard lead guitar bend on third string and second string, always 2 frets apart. So on this occasion, the start of it, I'm set up at 3rd fret of your 2nd string and bending 5th fret of the 3rd string. What I'll talk about with this little passage as well is just where I'm going to set up my 1st finger, which those frets are 3, 5, 6, 8, 10. And I'm always bending next string up, 3rd string, and 2 frets along. 3, 5, 6, 8, 10. And then final bend, 15, which is a single dot. If you look at your dot markers, you'll find that 15th fret is dot marked on your electric guitars. Therefore, the bend's at 17. And that is the last part of phrase 4 and the last bit you need to play this solo. So phrase 4, really busy. Chromatic, bends. And there you have one hell of a monster solo for a bit of a throwaway track, Kissin' Time off the debut album. Hopefully you've learnt something out of this solo. If you have, click that thumbs up button to give this video a like. It does help others discover this video here on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. We've now probably got about 50 Kiss guitar solo lessons to learn from. Leave a comment or a question in the comments section, and good luck learning the Kissin' Time solo off Kiss's 1st album.